Hello, everyone. Good afternoon to all of you. I just want to know before we begin that, am I audible to all of you? I request you all to please comment and just let me know if am I audible. I want to know before we begin that, am I audible to all of you? Okay, okay. Yes, so I am audible. Hello and welcome to this session. Welcome to LevelUp IAS. So I know that only 15 days are left now, and 15 days you're away from one of the most significant milestones in your journey, which is the UPSC Prelims 2024. All of you, though some of you must have prepared for months and some of you must have prepared for years for this paper. Like कुछ बहुत time से भी prepare कर रहे होंगे and they have been giving this prelims. So, firstly, I would want to acknowledge the immense hard work and dedication that each one of you has invested over these past months. Hats off to all of you because जो भी सब इतना hard work से dedication से consistency से you have been preparing for this exam and now just 15 days away from this exam, थोड़ा बहुत anxiety, थोड़ा बहुत nervousness तो होगा, and which is very common among all the aspirants, I would say. So we have kept the session for you specially so that you will be inviting. First of all, I'll just want to tell you all that we'll be inviting Rishikesh sir, who has secured All India rank 224 in UPSC CSE 2023 this year, and he appeared for this exam 5 times, and 5 times he has cleared his prelims. So I think उनसे better ये कोई नहीं बता सकता कि एग्जाम से पहले इस एंजाइटी को और what are the other tips and what all you can do before these 15 days. So that is why we have him today. And he during his preparation, he has solved multiple mocks and he'll be sharing his strategy. He'll be guiding you also. So just make the most out of this session. And I just want to tell you that this is the time for you to consolidate your knowledge, to fine tune your preparation, and to strengthen your confidence. Focus on revising the core subjects through many multiple mocks or the PYQs, and we also have our RTFQ session going on, through which you can revise each subject with the multiple questions that has been discussed in the class. So our respective faculties are discussing the questions, multiple MCQ questions, and उन RTFQ session से भी आप लोग जो है अपनी revision को पूरा कर सकते हैं. Other than that, we have a pre-samiksha going on. इससे पहले 4 samikshas have been hosted, and now we have the final samiksha on this Sunday. So in the exam kind of जो पूरा ambience होता है वो exam like होता है, and you just come and give your paper and go and assess your preparation. Other than that, we don't forget about CSAT also, because we all know that CSAT is getting bit analytical with each attempt of yours. So for that also, we do have one crash course by Abhishek Inamdar sir, who has just cleared the Indian Forest Services exam, has got 49th rank. So he's been taking the CSAT crash course wala session. So you can join that as well. And other than this, we have Rishikesh sir with us today. He'll be just joining now, and he will be telling you about everything that you require before 15 days, and in these that what you can do in these 15 days, of course. So keep asking your doubts. He'll be taking them later. First, he'll be giving you the strategy, and after that, he'll be taking up all your questions and all your doubts that you have. I just advise you to keep the session interactive, keep asking questions, and we are here to help you. So let's welcome Rishikesh sir. So please, you can come and join now.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Am I audible? So, can anybody just confirm that whether I am perfectly audible or not, so that I can proceed? Okay, so I will just start by sharing my screen. So, yes. So, first of all, as this session, we know that it is about utilization of mock test for effective revision for prelims 2024. So, in general, what is today's plan? That we will talk about how we can utilize these 2 weeks so that we are able to actually clear the cutoff, and in that we will try to cover different aspects as well, in which we can utilize our previous year questions, our mock test, and other revision strategies, as well as how we can maintain our emotional temperament throughout these days, which can actually help us in clearing the prelims examination in a very satisfactory manner. So first of all, I will tell you a little bit about me. So my name is Rishikesh Thakre. I have secured UPSC All India Rank 224 in UPSC CSE 2023. I have pursued mechanical engineering from IIT Bombay, and in UPSC CSE 2022, my GS1 score was 103 marks, and in 2023 prelims, it was 102.36 out of 200. These are my Telegram channel where you can connect with me for further interaction. So let's start our class. So basically, today's agenda. First of all, we will see that why are we supposed to give any test series at the first instance, how to attempt the mock test, then second thing, how to analyze the mock test, and there is also a question that how many tests shall one attempt. We will also try to see at what time shall we give this test, which mock test shall we give, how to revise them in the last 15 days, then role of the previous year questions, and finally the most important thing, that is the role of emotional intelligence in the prelims examination. So first of all, why to solve mock test? So basically, um, the most important thing is that whenever we revise any subject or we complete it, so first important thing is we want to check our knowledge base. So to check our knowledge base, mock test is a very important medium through which we can check whatever we have studied, whether it is up to the date, or whether the requirement of the exam is getting fulfilled. Then second important thing is to revise our content. Third is to apply our content. Now if we have learned any of the concepts, so how we can apply them in the tests in examination, so that we can practice through mock test. And fourth most important thing is the time management, because we have to complete the gs1 and gs2 paper within 2 hours. So solving 100 questions in gs1 and 80 questions in gs2, so it becomes quite difficult to complete the paper within the 2 hours. So for time management, mock test play a very crucial role. Next thing is to increase the accuracy. So while we are solving any of the mock test, we might get across the different subjects in which we are scoring very low, or we are making various kind of mistakes. So in order to increase that accuracy, mock tests actually play a very important role. And finally, but the most important thing is learning from our mistakes. So basically, mock test is like a net practice where the cricketer actually learns from his mistakes. So here also we have to learn from our mistakes so that in actual examination we are not going to repeat that. There is also one note कि no test series available in the market is equivalent to the UPSC level, but still we need to practice it because we need to get used to the MCQ format. Second most important thing is we need to gain a confidence that we are going to confidently solve the 100 questions in the pressured and time bound manner. It also helps us to simulate the exam like condition before the actual exam. And finally, we have to train our mind in such a way that for the exam like conditions, we can able to perform effectively and efficiently during the exam. Then the question arises how to attempt the mock test. So because there is very less amount of time, around 15 days are remaining. So if at all you are going to attempt any of the mock test in this period, so I will recommend that you do the actual exam simulation, like solving the GS1 paper in the morning slot, that is 9:30 to 11:30, and CSAT in the afternoon slot, that is 2:30 to 4:30. Basically, it is important because it actually gives a reminder to our mind to stay active during this period, which is very, very important on the day of the examination. Then, if possible, try to give test in the offline manner with OMR sheet properly printed, because this is the exam format in which we are actually going to give our prelims examination. And fourthly, try to complete the test within 1 hour 50 minutes, because when you are going to give exam, so during that day you will have to also fill up your details which the examiner will bring to you, and in that around 5 to 10 minutes of yours might get invested. And also during the exam there is a lot of pressure. So compared to the mock test which we are giving, so it is in a very calm and comfort zone. But actual examination, on actual examination day, we have a lot of pressure. So to cope up with that, we have to practice it solving within 1 hour 50 minutes, so that on the day of the examination, we are comfortably able to solve it within 2 hours. Okay. So then we come to how, while we are solving this mock test, so during that period, actually, I will recommend if you are able to make categories between the questions, that will help you in the further analysis. Obviously, this is not for the students who have already giving the 2024 attempt, but those who will be giving their next attempt, for them this will be quite beneficial. So you can actually divide the questions uh, between the different parts. So first is where you are 100% sure. So you know whatever you have read from this, you know the exact answer, and that you have to mark it correctly. So such questions must be correct at any cost. And if these questions are still getting wrong, then it is actually a silly mistake, and you need to do more practice of the mock test. Then second category will be where you will be 50-50 sure, means two options you are able to eliminate, and out of the remaining two options you will have to choose the answer. So if this kind of questions are getting wrong, then you need to do more practice of the elimination techniques and logical guessing. Basically, these things play a very, very important role, because 50-50 category is the majority chunk in the UPSC examination paper. And all those aspirants who clear the cutoff actually maximize their score in this 50-50 category only. Then there will be 33% sure, in which you are able to eliminate one option, but you will have to choose out of the remaining three. So if this kind of questions are getting wrong, so you need to actually enrich your content. You need to read more, or you need to read from, you need to read the solutions as well in careful manner. Then, if fourth category where you are 25% sure, means in the question you are not able to eliminate any of the option, and plus if you are not at all aware or not able to apply any of the logical guessing or elimination techniques, so then it is advisable to leave such questions during the examination. And if in the mocks you are solving, so just read the solution, and if something new is there, try to make a very crisp and short note of such kind of things. Then next is how to analyze the mock test. So first of all, time management is the most important thing which you should analyze from the mock test. You should able to complete the paper within 1 hour 50 minutes. That is very important. Then second thing is, after solving the test, try to complete its analysis within 2 to 2.5 hours. Don't give a very huge amount of time for evaluation, because it will be a lot of wastage, and it will also lead to it will also impact your further preparation. So just try to wrap up it within 2 to 2.5 hours. And in that also, you can check which type of questions you are getting wrong. If 100% sure questions, in which you are 100% sure, in that questions you are making wrong, so it means that you will have to avoid the silly mistakes. So uh, for such questions, you do not read from the solutions of the of any of the mock test. You just read it, revise it from your own sources, from where you have prepared it. If the 50-50 category, or 33% or the 25% sure questions are getting wrong, then you need to read the test solutions, because from there you will get to know about some new data or new things, or you are able or if you are making any of the mistakes in the logical guessing framework, so that you will able to realize from the solutions of these questions. Then, if possible, try to maintain a small diary in which you can mention any of the new key facts or the information in a very crisp and short manner, so that it will be handy for you to revise during the last days of your preparation. And obviously this is not advisable to the people who are giving prelims examination in the year 2024, but definitely those who are giving it next year, they can follow this technique when they will be solving their mocks. Then if you are solving it on the OMR sheet, so classify the questions on the OMR sheet, and whatever remark you want to mention, you can mention it on that sheet. Like classify the questions on the OMR sheet, so that you can able to get the analysis of which kind of question you are getting wrong. Then, to make analysis more comprehensive, you can also maintain the Excel sheet and track your performance of every mock test and which types of question you are making wrong. So again, you can make the record of your mock test, and how many questions you are attempting, how many questions you are getting right, how many wrong, what is your accuracy percentage, and if possible, try to divide the total number of questions, the 100 questions, within the three categories: 100% sure, 50-50, or 33%. So you may get to know that on which area you need to focus more, whether you need to practice logical guessing, whether you need to read more content, or whether you need to avoid silly mistake. These three kind of categories can help us in maximizing our score in the prelims examination. And one more thing I want to say, that while solving the mock test of any of the coaching institute, logics and elimination technique will actually not work in those tests. So there might be the cases where you will score very low in the coaching institute mock test. But I will say, do not worry about the scores. Score does not play a very important role while solving the mock test. It is the practice, it is the time management, and it is the exercise of training your mind for the actual day of examination. That's why we need to solve the mock test. So then a question arises, how many mock tests to be solved? So actually the number varies for every individual, but I can say that till you minimize your mistakes and maximize your score, you can continue to give mock test. In my first serious attempt, which was in 2021, that year actually I solved around 70 to 75 mock tests. But this was because I was not getting the confidence of that level. That's why I continued solving these many mock tests. But an individual can decide it on their own convenience. And whenever they are getting used to the confidence and they are able to minimize the silly mistakes, so definitely at that time the individual can stop giving the mock test. Okay. Then there are, as we discussed, there are again four types of questions in the mocks. Type 1 question is, in the questions where you have read the concept, you are able to recall that concept and you are also able to apply that concept. So these types of question shall not be made wrong at any cost. Then type 2 questions is, concepts you have read, you are able to recall, but you are not able to apply. So here actually you need to read the question properly, and here actually you are making some silly mistakes also. So this type 2 questions mistake you need to minimize. Then third is, concepts you have read but not able to recall, not able to apply them in the exam. So here you need to revise your content more rigorously and more comprehensively. And fourth type is, the concept have not read at all. You need to enrich in this kind of questions. You actually need to enrich the content. You need to write in the notes which you are making and give the mocks till you minimize your type 1 and type 2 category questions, because these are very very important and lower hanging fruits. So this you should not make wrong at any cost. Then when to give mock test? So first of all, I will say PYQs are very very important in entire UPSC journey, be it prelims, be it mains, and even I will say at the interview stage. So PYQs are actually to be solved in the parallel manner whenever you are studying the subject. So at that time, you should parallelly look to the PYQs and try to solve them. Then again, you should solve them just before the prelims exam in the last week. So I will recommend that in the last 7 to 8 days, every day try to give one mock test of previous year papers. Means just solve 2023 papers, 2022 paper, 21, and go in the reverse manner. And try to solve at least 7 to 8 mock tests of the previous year UPSC questions in the last week. This is because you get familiar with the UPSC language, and this UPSC language will actually help you during the examination. Okay. Then next is subject wise test. So whenever you have completed studying any subject, suppose say polity you have studied, so then try to attempt the subject wise test or the topic wise test as we call them. So just after finishing the particular subject. So that will actually help you in recalling the concepts which you have studied in the near past. And then you go for the full length test. And around 3 4 months before the prelims examination, you should start. And suppose it's in the May, you should start it giving from the February or the March, so that you can attempt sufficient amount of full length test, which will help you in acing to the examination. And though for those who are going to give prelims in the next year, I will recommend prepare the proper schedule of the test. And if not possible, if you are joining any of the test series or the prelims at any institution, try to follow their schedule, because that is very important. what happens is many of the candidates procrastinate giving the tests. They say that we will give test once we have completely revised the portion or the syllabus, but the reality is we will not be able to revise the entire syllabus at any point of time. It's very difficult. So that's why just stick to the schedule, whatever the institutes have given, or if possible, prepare your own schedule and with disciplined manner give the test at the regular interval, so that you are able to improve your mistakes while giving the next test, and sufficient amount of mock test practice has already happened. So these things you should keep in mind. Then which mock test to be solved? So again, PYQs are very important. Anybody shall not attempt coaching institute mock test at the cost of PYQs. You will have to solve PYQs, subject specific mocks, and then only go for the full length test of any of the coaching institute which you find useful according to you. But in my case, I will say that you can give mock test, open mock test of the multiple institutions. That can actually increase the diversity of the types of questions and also help you to practice it in the time bound manner, because generally open tests are conducted in online manner. They also provide you the analysis subject wise and also topic wise, so that helps you in evaluating your preparations as well. Then how to revise the mock test in last 15 days. So basically here, because this time is very important, so we need not waste a single minute also during this period. So I will say, just overlook the questions in which you could have avoided the mistakes, and remember them that these mistakes I will not be repeating in the actual examination. Just give this reminder on the regular basis, and you will definitely avoid the silly mistakes in the examination, because what happens is the silly mistakes of one or two questions is the deciding factor for many of the candidates who miss the cutoff just by 1 or 2 marks. So that's why avoiding silly mistake shall be the most important priority. Then second thing is practice the logical guessing and elimination techniques in these 15 days. That is very important, because there will be around 40 to 50 questions in which the candidates have to eliminate the option using these techniques. And if you are able to practice it in a very efficient manner, then definitely you can maximize your score in the prelims exam. Then revise any content or the note of the mock test if you have prepared it. If you have already prepared some short notes or crisp notes of the mock test, revise them quickly. If you have not prepared it, don't worry about it. You just revise whatever the mock test you have given, just overlook through the solutions of it, and do not give a lot amount of time for it, because it is very important. You just need to revise it within half an hour or maybe 40 minutes, not more than that, for one test. Then if you have done the analysis of the OMR sheet, as I mentioned earlier, on OMR sheet you can actually categorize the questions in the different type 1, type 2, type 3. And in that, if you have made this analysis on the sheet that these many silly mistakes I have made, or some remarks if you have given on your OMR sheet that I need to revise more, I need to do logical guessing more, or I need to avoid silly mistake. So such kind of remarks, just overlook through those remarks. If the candidate who are giving this year have not prepared it, again I will say, do not worry about it. This is for the candidates who will be giving the prelims examination next year. They can keep this in mind and prepare such remarks on their OMR sheets, so that it will be very handy for them while revising it. Then these are the some of the sample notes which I have prepared from the mock test. So basically what I used to do is, whenever I have solved any of the mock tests, I used to just maintain a very small diary, and in that, just important things I used to write down in a very crisp manner. For example, uh, one of the important thing was avadhanam. So basically, this was the term which was asked in one of the mock test, and in my reading, I have never able to come across this term. So I have just written that term and what is it meanings. So it is like simultaneously answering the question on variety of the topics. Okay, so basically, such kind of terms are asked in the UPSC examination. So that's why I just mention it. And even while revising, I will just see Avadhanam and one line definition of it. I will not read the next part which I have written. That will not be helpful for me. Then next is the GI tags on the goods product. Okay, so like I have mentioned the product and the state in which that product is being manufactured. Like the Telia Rumal is in Telangana. So such kind of things are actually asked in the examination. So you just need to quickly revise those things. Then if we see about Vishwabhu, so again, Buddhism, Jainism, basically these are very important topics. And when you solve the previous year questions, actually you also get to know about which are the important topics. And if you come across such topics in your mock test, so then try to get some additional information about these important topics, so that in actual exam you will be in the stronger position if such kind of questions are asked. So again, Vishwabhu related to Buddhism, and it is also in Buddhism also it is related to Mahayana and Vajrayana Buddhism. So basically now I am familiar with the term Vishwabhu. So if some question comes, I will have some clue or some logic on the basis of which I can find out answer or at least eliminate some options so that I can reach to the correct answer. Okay, so this is the one of the sample in which you can prepare very short and crisp notes of your mock test. And one more thing, that while you are preparing some short notes, it need not be very thorough. It just need to be 1 or 2 pages, not more than that. Just very key important things to be mentioned in this. Then role of previous year questions in the prelim. So I will say prelims previous year questions are very important, and every candidate should actually do not neglect the previous year questions. They are actually guiding light in the prelims examination. It is very important, as syllabus of prelims is not well defined. So in such cases, actually previous year questions are the only thing which can actually guide us in which direction we should prepare, at what depth we need to prepare the subject. So it actually helps us in deciding the range and depth of the syllabus and practicing PYQ. I will say that whenever a new subject you are studying, or whenever you are studying a particular subject, at the same time you should also overlook the PYQ and try to practice them while studying it, because it will make you aware about what kind of questions are asked and how to read that subject. Then I will say practice at least last 25 years of previous year questions. Basically, this rigorous practice is very important, because after practicing previous year questions, we get to know about which are the frequently asked topics. Suppose in polity, if one have solved the previous year questions, they will get an idea that preamble, fundamental rights, DPSPs, fundamental duties, then parliamentary system, judiciary, panchayati raj. These are some important topics on which every year there is some or the other questions. So whenever you are revising on the basis of this previous year question analysis, you will able to pick out which topics are important, and then you can study it accordingly. Then second thing is you get to know about the depth of the topics. that if suppose XYZ topic is asked, till what depth we need to study that topic, because polity is again like a big ocean. You cannot study everything. So here you need to pick and choose up till what depth I need to analyze this subject and how I can prepare it so that it will be beneficial for me for particular examination. And third is language of the questions. This is very crucial thing and very important thing from the previous year questions which we learn. Actually, when you solve these many previous year questions, you get to know about the language of the UPSC. There is a particular language in which UPSC sets the wrong answer. There is particular language in which the UPSC tries to set a correct answer. So this you know only when you practice previous year questions. Fourthly, logical guessing techniques and elimination techniques actually work in the PYQs. And UPSC actually wants you to use these techniques and arrive at the correct answer. So for that also you need to practice a lot of PYQs, which is very very essential for any UPSC aspirant. Those who are giving this 2024 attempt also, I will say you practice at least 5 to 7 papers in this 15 days so that your mind actually get familiar to the UPSC language and you will be in the better position during the examination. So based on this previous year question, you can also do differential allocation of time and resources, because while you are preparing you need to strategically choose the topics which are high scoring and which will give you better returns in less amount of effort. So in that also previous year question solving and analysis play a very important role. So practice PYQ mock test in the last week before prelims examination, because it is very very essential and it makes you adapt to the UPSC pattern. Then I have also picked some of the uh, questions from the UPSC prelims paper, in which I will show you that how this logical guessing actually works in UPSC MCQs. So if we consider the first question, that consider the following statements, in which two statements are given, and statement 1 is marsupials are not naturally found in India. Statement 2 is marsupials can thrive only in mountain grassland with no predators. Question is, which one of the following is correct in respect of the above statements? So basically what happens is, although when I will say I will categorize this question from the environment and ecology section. So there we have a wildlife chapter on the wildlife, but we do not study any particular family or any particular genus in such a detail, that we do not study actually marsupials, and that too in which areas or which habitat they live. Although there might have been a general idea, but I will show you how we can actually solve this based on the logic. That consider see look at the statement 2. So statement 2 says that marsupials can thrive only in the mountain grassland with no predators. Actually, there are various species of the marsupial, and many of the species are spread across various continents. So, if one of the species or one of the family of the marsupials are found away from the mountain grassland, and at least one of or only one of the predator is also present, then actually statement 2 becomes wrong. So you can actually see that there is a very very less probability of statement 2 getting correct, which means that high chances are there that statement 2 is wrong. And out of 4 options, it is just C options where we can see that statement 2 is incorrect and statement 1 is correct. So in this way, if we have practiced the previous year questions and we are familiar with the logics, we can arrive at the correct answer, although we do not have complete thorough knowledge about the core topic which has been asked in the MCQs. Then let's see another MCQ. So it is question number 13, and these two I have picked from the UPSC 2023 prelims paper. So it is the latest pattern which I have been showing to you. So this MCQ talks about the invasive species specialist group that develops invasive species database belong to which one of the following organizations. So basically, now whenever we are reading environment ecology or current affairs, in my entire 3 to 4 years of preparation, I have never heard about invasive species specialist group. And during the time of examination also, I was not at all aware about that such kind of group exists or not also. But you just need to read carefully the question so that you get some or the other clue through which you can reach the correct answer. So let's read the question once again. Invasive species specialist group. I will say, if possible, just underline these keywords. In bracket, it is mentioned that develops global invasive species database. The database is one another keyword which we need to underline. Invasive species is another keyword. So just focus on this invasive species and database. Now the question is, which of the following organization is preparing this kind of database? So let's see the option. So first is International Union for Conservation of Nature. It is basically the IUCN organization which releases the red list and which categorizes various species within the endangered, near threatened, critically endangered categories. So we know that IUCN deals with various species. It also deals with the database, because based on data only they will be able to categorize the species into different categories. Then next we will see United Nations Environment Program. So if anybody has read the basics of the environment and ecology also, so they might know that UNEP works in a very broad manner, and they try to collaborate between different countries and try to implement some environmental initiatives to increase the green cover or to reduce pollution, such kind of initiative. But we don't know that they specifically deal with the species or some database. Then third option we will see the United Nations World Commission for Environment and Development. I have not come across such organizations at any time during our reading, because this data is very, very different and very rare, and it generally does not come in whatever the sources we refer. So this we can just consider that it might, we just can keep it on the hold. And also from the option we can get to know that it is the United Nations World Commission for Environment and Development. Again, there is no mention of database or any mention of any invasive species. From title only we can know that it works for the general environment and development. Okay. Then next is Worldwide Fund for the Nature. So basically it is also non-governmental organization, and it also it is a kind of organization which works for the development conservation of the animal species. So basically we know that WWF works for the species. So now here we are falling in the category of the 50-50, where the WWF, Worldwide Fund for the Nature, and IUCN, which is option A and option D, from which we have to actually choose. But again, between these two options, if we focus more on the database and invasive species, so option A is quite near or more probable to get right compared to the Worldwide Fund for Nature. So that's why, with more probability, we will mark option A. And let's see what are the official answer keys given by UPSC. So basically question 1, it is the C option, and question 2, it is option A. So basically both the cases, based on our reading knowledge plus our logical thinking, we can arrive at the answer. Now let's see. I have talked about the familiarity with the UPSC language. So basically, what I want to say. So let's see the first question. Consider the following statement. First is, some mushrooms have medicinal properties. Some mushrooms have psychoactive properties. Some mushrooms have insecticidal properties, and some mushrooms have bioluminescent properties. Basically, these four statements they have mentioned. They are asking how many of the above statements are correct. Now see, basically, we do not have any idea about mushroom, let's say, and honestly, I also do not have any idea about mushrooms, because whatever subjects we are reading, we does not analyze mushrooms or any of the category in such a detail that we might be aware about all the things about any of the species, any of the plant, or any of the family, I will say. So let's try to approach this question with the common sense. So let's see statement 1. Some mushrooms have medicinal properties. So one thing we know, that there might be thousands and lakhs of varieties of mushrooms. And out of that mushroom, if one of the variety also has medicinal property, then this statement 1 becomes correct. Let's see statement 2. Some mushrooms have psychoactive properties. Again, same logic applies. There are thousands and lakhs of mushroom varieties present in entire world, and there will be thousands and lakhs which we actually have not discovered also till now. So basically, if any one of the variety of the mushroom have psychoactive properties, then statement 2 will become correct. Let's see statement 3. Some mushrooms have insecticidal properties. Again, same logics apply. There will be hundreds and thousands of mushroom varieties, and even a single variety of the mushroom has insecticidal properties. Then again, this statement 3 becomes correct. Let's see the fourth statement. Some mushrooms have bioluminescent properties. Again, there are many hundreds and thousands of varieties of mushroom. Even one of them have bioluminescent properties. So statement 4 also become correct. So basically, all the statements are correct, and we can say that at least the probability of all the statement becoming correct is very high. So based on that logic, it is asked that how many of the above statements are correct. We can go with all the four statements are correct. Okay. Then let's see next question. So in this way, basically, this is the language familiarity of the UPSC. If anybody has practiced previous year questions, so he can or she can actually able to reach the correct answer based on this, based on the way UPSC sets the correct answer or UPSC sets the wrong answer. So basically, this familiarity helps. Then let's see the next question. Consider the following statement and how many of the above statement are correct. So let's see that first statement is, some microorganism can grow in the environment with temperature above the boiling point of water. Okay. So basically, again, the thing is there are lakhs and millions of microorganisms, and we do not know about another million microorganisms till now. Okay, so some microorganism can grow in environment with temperature above the boiling point of water. So definitely, boiling point of water is 100 degree. Above it also there are chances that some microorganism can definitely grow. So there is high probability that statement 1 will be correct. Let's see the next statement. Some microorganisms can grow in environment with temperature below the freezing point of water. Same logic applies, that there are millions of microorganisms, and we do not know about every microorganism. Even if the single microorganism can grow below the freezing point, then the statement becomes correct. Statement 3. Some microorganism can grow in highly acidic environment with a pH below 3. Again, same logic applies. There are millions of microorganisms, and even one type of microorganism can grow in the highly acidic environment of pH below 3, then this statement becomes correct. So again, there is a high probability that all the three statements are correct. And they have asked how many of the above statements are correct. So with this logic and our common sense, we can mark that option C is the correct. So let's see the official answer key. Question 1, it is option D, and question 2, it is option C. Basically, all four and all three statements are correct. So this was the familiarity with the UPSC language and the way in which UPSC design the paper, the way in which UPSC sets the answer. So this you get familiar only when you practice the previous year questions. Then the example of repeated questions. So let's see the year 2020 question first of all. So they have asked a constitutional government by definition is. So this was the question asked in the year 2020. So basically four options are given: government by legislature, popular government, multi-party government, and limited government. And see, in the year 2022, the same question was actually just some words were changed, but the concept was the same. The theme was the same. In 2022, the question was constitutional government means. So in 2020, they asked constitutional government by definition is. 2022, they are asking constitutional government means. So basically, what I'm trying to say is that if you solve many of the previous year questions, you also might get some of the questions which are repeated in the previous years. And even if you get two, three such questions, that can actually help you in getting into the list and clearing this exam. So previous year questions are very, very important, and keep this thing in mind. Although both the questions have the same answer, it is the limited government which is the constitutional government, and the same thing we can find in the year 2022. It is basically a government limited by the terms of the constitution. Okay.
सर आपने देखा रिपीटिशन वो भी नहीं पता थी 2021 कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल गवर्नमेंट एकदम elaborated.
Okay,
कितना
so
important है PYQs यार.
then let's see the question where we can apply the logic as well as the knowledge.
Yeah.
So let's see the question. So see, with reference to India, consider the following statement. So here also we are asked that which of the following statement are correct. So first is monazite is a source of rare earth element. Then second statement is monazite contains thorium. Third is monazite occurs naturally in the entire Indian coastal sand in India. Fourth is in India, government bodies only can process or export monazite. Which of the following statement are correct? So basically, this question falls under the category of the geography. And basically, we also study about the monazite. Or basically, monazite is the ore from which thorium can be extracted.
कुछ नहीं समझ आया था 20 और 22 में ये डिफरेंस है क्वेश्चन में.
Okay, so basically, see how we can actually apply logic and knowledge. So through knowledge, we know that thorium, which is extracted from the monazite sand, so basically it occurs on the coast of the Kerala. So basically, we know that in India, at some area on some coast, monazite sand is found, and which is also extracted as well. So this is our knowledge part. Now let's move on to the logic part, how we can apply it in reaching the correct answer. So let's see the first statement. Monazite is a source of rare earth. Basically, definitely, we if we have read the general geography, socio-economic geography, so from it we can this statement we can mark correct, that it is a source of rare earth element, and many of the rare earth elements are extracted from it. Second is monazite contain thorium. Again, this is our knowledge part, because thorium is a radioactive element and is extracted from the monazite sand, and it is present on the Kerala coast. This two statements we are able to mark correct based on our knowledge. Now let's look at the third statement. Third is monazite occur naturally in the entire Indian coastal sand of India. So now just read the third statement carefully, that monazite occurs naturally in entire Indian coastal sands in India. Now, if there is even the single location where monazite does not occur, statement 3 becomes wrong. I will repeat once more, that on entire Indian coast, if there is even a little bit area, even suppose there is 1 kilometer area or 100-meter area where you are not able to find monazite sand, then statement 3 becomes incorrect. That means there is very high probability of statement 3 becoming incorrect. So this is our logical part, where we can use our logic and we can see that what is the probability of this statement getting correct or incorrect. So if we consider third as incorrect, we are able to eliminate option A, option C, and option D. That means we are only remaining with option B, that is 1, 2, and 4. 1, 2 we were quite sure, that is based on our knowledge. In fourth also, in India, government bodies only can process or export monazite. This is also on the basis of the logic, you can mark it correct, because basically monazite contains thorium, and thorium is a radioactive element, and obviously any state or any government will not give power to any private entity to extract any of the radioactive element from their ores. So basically, that's why fourth statement is also logically correct. So in this way, we can actually apply our logic and knowledge to arrive at the correct answer. So hence, option B is the correct, and that is also given by UPSC. Now let's see the mock test sample questions and how we can actually uh, read the solutions and revise them during the last few days. So let's consider this question. It talks about rapid financing instrument, extended fund facility, and rapid credit facility. All these three are related to the provisions of lending by which one of the following? So basically, again, all I will say that 95 to 98% of the candidates who are serious candidates and who have studied economics and covered all the basics, there are very less chances that they have come across the terms like rapid financing instrument, extended fund facility, and rapid credit facility, because we do not, again, we study actually paper 1 is called general studies, and that's why we study the subjects in a general manner. So we are not expected to become experts in this field, and that is the reason we do not go into the depths of many of the topics. But again, here also I will say that if you read the question carefully, you can, there are high chances, or you can increase the probability of getting this question right if you just read the question, that rapid financing instrument. Then second is extended fund facility, and third is rapid credit facility. Now let's look at the options. First is World Bank. So World Bank, actually we know, provide grants, loans to the countries, but the word rapid in the two of the keywords, rapid financing instrument, rapid credit facility. So here actually this rapid word is not going in consonance with the World Bank, because we know that World Bank provide grants, and that too for the long term, but they do not provide it on the very immediate basis or very short term basis to avoid any crisis. Then let's go for Asian Development Bank. If somebody has read about this institution, so basically Asian Development Bank generally funds infrastructure projects. So in that also, this rapid financing instrument, then rapid credit facility might not go in consonance. And also there is one logic that World Bank and Asian Development Bank both have their domains, or both work in the similar domains. That's why there are chances that if two of the options are having or are showing the similar kind of work, or working in the similar domain, there is chances that both of them are not the correct answer. So this is also logic which you learn from the previous year questions, which you can apply in the test as well. Then let's see the option 4, which is United Nations Environment Program Finance Initiative. So basically, United Nations Environment Program Finance Initiative is there, and even in that, this rapid financing and rapid credit facility does not go with this United Nations Environment Program. So this also we can consider it as a less probable answer. Let's see the option C, which is International Monetary Fund. One thing we know about IMF, or International Monetary Fund, is that it helps during the time of crisis. How? So whenever countries are facing balance of payment crisis, at that time they need immediate help, and immediate credit facilities is required for stabilizing the economy of that particular country. So in that case, rapid financing or rapid credit facility will actually help that country to bring their economy back on the track. So based on such logic, you can arrive at the answer. Now let's see the solution and how to uh, mark those solutions and basically get most out of it. So option C is correct. So now, whenever during solving the mock test, if you come across such kind of terms which you have not read before, or not come across during your entire preparation, so just mark the important things, just highlight them. So like rapid credit facility, it provide fast concessional financial assistance to low income countries who are facing an balance of payment need. So only highlight this much part. If possible, write it in your personal diary, or if not, just highlight this much part and leave this. And whenever you will be revising your mock test, just revise this highlighted part. No need to read the solution entirely and thoroughly. Just focus on the definition and highlighted parts. That much revision will be sufficient. Like second thing, the extended fund facility, it is again a financial assistance to the countries facing serious medium term balance of payment crisis. Then third is rapid financing instrument. It provides prompt financial assistance to any IMF member country facing an urgent balance of payment crisis. So basically, if you have properly read the question, based on that, you can actually increase your probability of getting a correct answer. Okay, so again, one more important thing, that whenever you are solving any of the mock tests, even the solutions can actually help you gather some points for your mains examination as well. Suppose, let's see this question. Which article of the Constitution safeguards one of the one's right to sleep peacefully at night? Now, those generally we read Lakshmikant thoroughly, and in Lakshmikant, nowhere it is mentioned that right to sleep peacefully. or if at all it is mentioned, it will generally skip the reader's attention. So basically, on the basis of our logic, definitely we can answer this question that it will come under Article 21, which is right to life and liberty, and by logic also that is the most expandable or expanded fundamental rights, based on which we can arrive at the answer. But now let's see how it can help in our mains preparation. So in this entire solution, just look at the judgment which has been mentioned. Saeed Maqsood Ali versus State of Madhya Pradesh 2001. And here just highlight right to sleep peacefully at night is considered as a fundamental right under Article 21. So whenever uh, actually in mains examination we need to quote lot of judgments, and the common judgments which are mentioned in the Lakshmikant or you come across, so that are being mentioned by everybody. But if you can gather some of the judgments which are not mainline but are also well important, so you just need to maintain it within your small diary, mention this judgment, and in one line write to sleep. If this much data you are able to recall and mention in the examination, definitely the extra effort is being seen by the evaluator, and definitely you can get half a mark or 1 mark more compared to the other candidates. So in this way, actually, prelims mock test solution can also help you in the mains. But definitely this I will not recommend for this year's student. Those who will be giving prelims for the next year, they can follow this while they are preparing and keep this thing in mind. Okay, so finally, what are the things to be done on the day of examination? So examination day is quite important, but I will say do not take it very much seriously. Just take it as you are giving a normal mock test. Okay. So first of all, I will say prepare your bag the day before the examination. Keep three things in mind. You should have at least two copies of your admit card, one identity proof which you have mentioned in your admit card, and plus black ballpoint pen. Then 1 day before, you can do a light revision on the factual topics like the Ramsar sites, the oceanic currents, then tiger reserve, national parks, mountain ranges, or such kind of locations in the news, which are very light, not heavy revision, because your mind actually need to stay relaxed during this period. So don't overburden it with the pressure of revising. Just revise for some time and stay relaxed. Next thing is, when you are going to the examination, reach the center well before the reporting time, because on many of the centers they do not allow to enter after the reporting time has ended. So to avoid this pressure, just reach the center well before. Have your breakfast, because if you have taken a proper amount of breakfast, your glucose level will be high and it will actually help you to stay active during the first session of your paper. So that's why have a good amount of breakfast. If you are taking coffee or tea, some hot beverages, that will again help you to stay active for next 2 to 2.5 hours. Then before starting paper, be calm and try to focus on the present moment. What I used to do is before the paper starts, like you enter the examination hall half an hour earlier, then there you have to stay for some time. So you have a lot of time. At that time, I will say just close your eyes and try to do the counting from 1 to 100. Actually, this exercise helps a lot because while you are counting this, your mind's focus power increases and you can focus on the present moment, and all the thoughts and anxiety actually will reside. So just try to stay calm, close your eyes and focus on the present moment. This exercise you can practice for the 4 to 5 minutes during the before the examination starts. Next thing is, during the examination, whatever stage of preparation you might be, whatever are your mock score, whatever is the situation, whether you have a fight with some of your family members, whether you have a very bad mood, just try to be confident on the day of the examination. Confidence is very, very important while giving the examination, because uh, just because of confidence you can make 2 3 MCQs correct, and that will decide whether you are in the list or not. And if you are low in the confidence, you are in the panic mode, you will not be able to mark even the questions which you are most sure, but still you will commit the silly mistakes. So that's why confidence is quite important. Then next important thing is, there is also a 2 hours 3 hours gap between the two papers. So use that time between the two paper to revise the CSAT formulas and read some of the reading comprehension to maintain the flow of reading. I will say that this 2 hours is very important, and just revise CSAT formulas, because if we have seen the trends in the CSAT paper, so from last 2 to 3 years, CSAT paper level has been increased, and for that you need to prepare a lot. You need to be up to date with the formulas. So revise, utilize this time for revising the formulas, and also I will say at least solve two reading comprehensions before going to the examination hall. That will actually bring you into the flow of reading the passages. Then have a light lunch. You can also drink the coffee to stay active in the afternoon session. And do not travel a lot, because we can see that it is generally summer days, and traveling might reduce your energy level. So just try to stay at the examination center and have a lunch there itself if possible. Then next thing is, understanding the UPSC prelims also depends on the mind games, because see, I will actually narrate you to my 2020 prelims experience. And in that, actually my practice of mock test was not that good. I had not solved previous year questions as well. So when I just saw the examination paper, and first question I was not able to mark any answer, second question I was not able to mark any answer, and up till 10th question I was not able to come to the correct answer. So basically, in a row, almost 10 question I was not able to solve. And at the same time, I went into the panic mode. And that actually impacted my rest of the paper also. And when I have seen, when I was solving the paper and when I reach till the last, the bunch of questions from 80 to 100, I was able to notice that questions from 80 to 81st question to till the 100 questions were very easy. But the problem was I have wasted lot of time for these initial questions, which were of very difficult level. I went into the panic mode. I took a lot of pressure, and that was the reason why I could not solve those easy questions also. So that's why it is a mind game also. You just need to stay confident. If certain question you are not able to solve, just pay respect to that questions and move on. Move on to the next question. Even if in a row you are not able to solve 10 questions, it's okay. We do not have to solve entire 100 MCQs. We just need to get 60 to 65 MCQs correct, and our job is over. So we just need to find those 60 to 65 MCQs which we are able to correct, which are easy compared to the other questions, and that only we have to mark correctly in order to clear this examination. That should be our goal. And one more important thing, that many of the candidates, what they do is they first of all CQs on the question papers, and then at the end they start marking it on the OMR sheets. Friends, I actually want to say that one of my friend was very brilliant and was very capable of clearing this examination, but what happened was, uh, he actually solved entire paper, started to mark all the answers on the OMR sheet in last 10 minutes. And in that haste or in that pressure, he just skipped one of the question. And after that, for every question, he has marked a wrong answer. And that was the reason he could not clear the prelims examination, and he has to wait for one more year to appear in the exam. So I will say, do not repeat this kind of mistake. While you are marking on the OMR sheet, mark it when you have mark it paper wise. On one paper there are around 6 MCQs. As soon as you have solved all the 6 MCQs, mark it on the OMR sheet and move on. Because what happens is, last 10 minutes there will be lot of pressure, panic, anxiety levels will be high. So there are chances that you might mark wrong answer in the OMR sheet, and even one of the MCQ if get wrong, so that can actually decide your fate in this examination. So just keep this thing in your mind. Then there are some things to avoid on the day of the examination. So obviously, do not reach late in the exam. Do not revise till the last minute. See, everybody who is preparing in this examination are humans, and humans cannot memorize everything. We are not computers or machines who can memorize each and everything. So definitely there will be a feeling within you that I have forgotten this portion of the subject, or I am not able to recall fundamental rights or fundamental duties, or these locations or these judgments or xyz thing. Let it be. Whatever you are able to recall, you just need to capitalize on it and use them in the examination. Whatever you have forgot, just leave it and stay positive. Do not revise till the last minute. Do not judge the paper while you are solving or while you are in the examination hall. If you already judge the paper that it is difficult, or I am not able to clear, or the pattern has been changed, then definitely you will go in the panic mode, anxiety level will shoot up, and you will not be able to score well or perform well in the examination. This thing happened with many of the candidates in 2023 examination, because the option pattern has changed suddenly in the UPSC exam, and many of the candidates went into the panic mode while solving the paper, and that is the reason that they could not clear this examination. So do not judge the paper. If it is difficult, it will be difficult for every candidate, not only you. If it is easy, it will be easy for everyone. So just go there, try to give your best, try to solve the paper based on your knowledge, and come out of the examination hall. Do not think about the result. Whenever you are giving paper, just think of that particular MCQ and how I can reach to its answer. Do not think of how many marks I will be getting, whether I will be able to clear prelims or not. Do not think about these all subjects. Just focus on the MCQs, and your sole aim should be, I have to attempt these MCQs, and for every MCQ I have to try my best utilizing knowledge, logics, and elimination techniques to reach the final answer of this MCQ. That should be your sole aim in the examination hall. Then again, one important thing, do not check the answer keys of GS1 in the time between two papers. Many of the institutions try to upload some answer keys which are not accurate, because they have just the paper have just come to them, and they are trying to upload their answer keys within a short period to gather more number of views. But this thing you have to keep in mind, that answer keys which are going to come, that will not be accurate, and that will not be of any benefit to you at all. So do not check answer keys of GS1 in the time between two paper. Utilize that time for revising your CSAT notes. Then another important thing is, do not discuss GS1 paper in the 2 hours time interval. If you want to discuss it after the CSAT paper, but do not discuss it between the interval, because if some of the other because that discussion won't be any beneficial to you. If you have done some silly mistake, you again will blame yourself and you will go in the panic mode. So avoid it. Then next is, do not come under pressure while in the examination hall. This I have told repeatedly. And do not waste a lot of time on tough questions. Don't become egoistic in the exam. Basically, if I want to roughly, if I want to say, there are 100 questions in GS1. There will be whatever we have read and prepared. The serious candidate, an average serious candidate, will be able to answer this 100 out of these 100 questions, 30 to 35 questions of which he will be perfectly sure, or he is 100% sure. Then there will be 30 questions of which nobody is sure at all, that you have never read it, never that topic has occurred in the current affairs, or even the number of mock tests of any institution which you have given, that topic has never come across to you. So there will be 30 questions in that paper which are very, I will say, very difficult category. And now the remaining 40 questions, 40 to 45 questions will be there, in which you can apply your knowledge to eliminate some answers, and you can apply your logical techniques to come to arrive at the correct answer. So basically, this is the general thing, and do not waste a lot of time. So we have to avoid those 30 difficult questions. If we come across them in the earlier part of our paper, just leave them, move on to the next question and try to solve them. Okay, then stress management during the last week of the exam. So basically, emotional intelligence, I will say, play a very important role in this exam, whether it is prelims, mains, or interview. So first of all, three things are important in entire UPSC journey. It is mental toughness, physical fitness, and intellectual sharpness. So basically, I will say that try to stay calm and try to be disciplined in the last week. Basically, discipline will actually help you to maintain the calmness and composure and temper during these last days. Try to meditate or sit in the peaceful environment for just 5 minutes every day before starting your day, because there are lots of thoughts coming in your mind. There might be the people who will be giving this prelims examination in their first attempt. They will have a lot of anxiety and pressure. Those who have given many attempts and who will be giving their fifth attempt or sixth attempt, they will have a lot of pressure of clearing this examination because these might be their last attempt. So to manage all these thoughts which are coming in your mind, you just need to make your mind peaceful. And I think sitting in a peaceful environment for just 5 minutes before starting your day can help a lot. If you are having anxiety issues or pressure, you are feeling a lot of pressure of this examination, I will say talk to your family members with whom you are very close. Talk to the friends with whom you can share your things. This exercise will actually help you release your stress and make you comfortable and calm in the examination period. Then I will say, do not solve any mock test from the coaching institutions in which or if solved, do not worry of any if you have got a low score. I will say, if you are solving it just before 4 or 5 days of the examination, then if at all you are getting low score, do not bother about score first of all. And if possible, try to just solve previous year mock test, not the coaching institutions, because in previous year's mock test you will get a very good score, and that will actually boost your confidence also for UPSC examination. So in last week, avoid solving mock test of any coaching institution. That might take you to the low score if you have got, so that might take you to the negative side and reduce your confidence level. Then one more important thing is, eat a balanced diet in the last week, because you need to maintain your health, uh, which should be proper till the examination. So eat a balanced diet. Then if possible, try to minimize the phone use or the screen time. So basically, try to give offline mock tests or offline papers, previous year questions, and try to reduce the screen time. Basically, uh, when we when we are more exposed to the screens, or we are heavily using the mobile phones, so basically our it's a scientific study that our focus uh, time reduces. So at least during last week of the examination, I will say, if possible, try to reduce your phone usage or screen time. That will help you to stay more focused during the examinations or during the mock test. Then practice deep breathing. Again, it is a well established fact that deep breathing actually increases the oxygen circulation and maintains the freshness in your mind, and that can actually help you in staying calm and utilize your knowledge and memorize more things during the examination. If possible, take a 5 to 10 minute walk every day. That will again help you to deal with the stress and anxiety. And again, one more important thing is fear of missing out. So many people are facing this fear of missing out. They want to complete, they want to read all the things, they want to read every notes they have prepared, all the books they have read, all the current affair materials from which they have prepared. But again, it's an exam where nobody is going to revise their syllabus 100%, and something or the other we are going to miss, something or the other we are going to forget. Whatever is in our capacity, just do that much. That much is sufficient to clear this examination. Do not try to complete revision, or do not try to read everything. There will be a few things which you are going to miss. Let it go. Just focus on basics. Just focus on whatever you can do. Then finally, best wishes from me. And the more you sweat in the peace, the less you bleed in the battle. This is because before any of the examination, if you practice more, if you strategize properly, definitely in the examination, you will face less difficulties and able to rise in that examination as per your potential. So, best wishes from me to all the candidates who are giving prelims 2024, and all those candidates who will be giving prelims or the UPSC examination in the coming years. All the best to you, and keep studying, work hard, and work for your dreams. Definitely, you will get a success. And now, if anybody has any questions, so if you have any of the questions, you can ask me. I will try to address them. Okay, so I think there are few questions. So one of the person is asking that how many mocks we should give in the last 15 days. So basically, I will say you can practice more of the previous year question mocks or UPSC mocks. Basically, UPSC previous year question papers in these last 15 days. I will say, if you are going for the coaching institution mocks, don't try to give two or three mocks of the coaching institute. but focus more on the UPSC previous year question papers. So that will be more beneficial for you during these last 15 days. And you also share some. Actually, some one candidate is asking some last minute revision techniques. So basically, see, I will say there are total 6 pillars of the prelims examination. That is polity, economy, then history, geography, environment, and science and technology. And if we have analyzed the previous year questions, I will say polity, economy constitute around 40 questions, then economy and geography constitute around 25 questions. So I will say, based on the weightage, try to revise those subjects more who has lot of weightage and whose questions are also easy to correct. So basically focus on those key points, and also try to just while you are revising in the last days, so just focus on important topics. Do not read entire book or do not read entire notes which you have prepared. Just focus on the important topics. Like in polity, you can focus more on fundamental rights, DPSPs, fundamental duties, then parliamentary system, judiciary, so that you can revise the entire subject within a short period of time. So that is one of the revision technique which you can use. And again, through previous year questions also, you can do a lot of revision. So solve more and more previous year questions. That will actually increase your capacity to solve MCQs as well as revise the entire syllabus as well.
So I
Then
thank you
one
so much. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
just I think there are only one or two doubts. I will just take them. One candidate is asking that how important is it to focus on current affairs in last 2 weeks. Actually, current affair, I will say whatever you have prepared from whichever sources, just overlook it and just try to revise it once. But I will say that don't give a lot of time on it. Just be thorough with your basics. Be thorough with the static part. Actually, static is very important, and based on static also you can solve the current affair question. So I will say just one revision will be fine within 2 3 days if you can give it, and focus more time on the static portion, revision of the static portion. So I think these are the doubts, and I think everything is covered. So again, best wishes to all of you, and I will also like to thank LevelUp IAS and team for giving me opportunity to interact with the candidates. So all the best,
Thank
and
you so much,
thank you very
sir. It was such an informative session from your side, and I hope all those who have joined and all those who are going to see this video, I'm surely they're going to get great help. जो आपने काफी सारे comparisons किए, the repetition and the kind of tricks that you have just now taught, because I was following the session, तो मैंने देखा कि
much.
कैसे कुछ क्वेश्चंस में यूपीएससी जो है कुछ कुछ की टर्म्स छुपाती है, कैसे कैसे क्वेश्चंस रिपीट होते हैं, जस्ट कुछ फुल स्टेटमेंट को शॉर्ट कर देते हैं वो, और कहाँ
Mhm.
पर सम लगा हुआ है तो आपको सोचना है कि दिस माइट बी रॉन्ग। तो ये कुछ छोटे छोटे टिप्स होते हैं जो रिक्वायर्ड होते हैं, आई एम श्योर 15 days बिफोर। And
Mhm.
one question that I always get is that
हाँ,
how you remain calm and composed when you are in the exam hall, and uh, when you see such questions जो आपने नहीं पढ़े हुए हैं या जो आपको ऐसा लगता है कि ये कहाँ से आ गया, उस टाइम पे आपने how did you deal with that kind of situation? Because 2023 में the kind of options that we saw, more than 50%
Mhm.
of the paper was somewhere unpredictable because nobody was expecting this kind of options. So आपने वो
Mhm.
कैसे डील किया? Because this doubt I get every time whenever I'm interacting with the students.
एक्चुअली मतलब उसका आंसर मैं यही बोल सकता हूँ कि लास्ट में मतलब लास्ट ईयर लाइक 2023 में जब मैं एग्जाम दे रहा था ना, तो उसके 3 महीने पहले से आई हैव एक्चुअली फॉर्म्ड अ ग्रुप ऑफ 3 एस्पिरेंट्स. सो हम तीनों एक्चुअली क्या करते थे
Okay.
कि एवरी डे, मतलब दिन में तो हमारा जो भी स्टडीज है इंडिविजुअली करते थे, रात में हम ट्राई करते थे कि डेली बेसिस पे 50 एमसीक्यूज तो सॉल्व करना है. और वी यूज टू डू इट ऑन द ऑनलाइन बेसिस.
Okay.
तो इतनी प्रैक्टिस हो गई थी वो एमसीक्यूज की, तो हमको ये तो पता था कि बेसिकली इन 100 क्वेश्चंस में से 25-30 तो ऐसे बाउंसर आने ही वाले हैं कि बेसिकली जिसका हमें
Yeah.
कुछ भी आइडिया नहीं होगा. मतलब हम कहते हैं ना कि हवा भी नहीं लगती है, तो दैट काइंड ऑफ थिंग वाज हैपनिंग. कि वो तो माइंडसेट बन गया था कि 30 क्वेश्चंस विल बी देयर कि जिसका हमें कुछ आइडिया नहीं है. तो एक्चुअली वी डोंट वांट टू वेस्ट लॉट ऑफ एनर्जी ऑन दोस 30 क्वेश्चंस. लेकिन हमको ये भी पता था कि उस पेपर में 35 क्वेश्चंस ऐसे रहने वाले हैं जो श्योर शॉट है. मतलब दैट आई थिंक ऑलमोस्ट एवरी कैंडिडेट विल बी इन द पोजीशन टू मार्केट करेक्ट. तो वो उसमें से हमको एक भी रॉन्ग नहीं करना है, बिकॉज दैट इज व्हाट वी कैन से गारंटीड मार्क्स है हमारे. अब बचे हुए जो 30-40 क्वेश्चन थे, बस उसमें लॉजिक अप्लाई करना है. और ये यूपीएससी के क्वेश्चंस
Exactly.
इतने बार सॉल्व कर लिए कि वो लॉजिक से हम मतलब फैमिलियर हो गए थे कि ये स्टेटमेंट तो, मतलब अभी जैसे मैंने बताया ना वहां पे, कि उस स्टेटमेंट पे से तो वो लॉजिक इतना
Yeah.
इनग्रेंड हो गया था कि स्टेटमेंट पढ़ते समझ जाता था कि बेसिकली ये तो गलत ही है, ये तो ये तो सही हो ही नहीं सकता. मतलब
Hmm.
तो उतना, मतलब उसकी वजह से आई
Exactly.
थिंक जो बाउंसर क्वेश्चंस भी थे उनको मैनेज कर पाया था. मतलब प्रैक्टिस ही आई विल से, जितनी ज्यादा प्रैक्टिस करेंगे
Yes.
उतना ज्यादा
Yeah. So
मतलब आप.
practice is really very important.
यस.
Exactly, exactly. So I would just now want to conclude with a statement that you just need to believe in yourself. Those who are going to appear in 2024, sir would also agree with me that just trust your preparation and you need to enter the exam hall with full confidence and clarity. So
यस. यस.
I on the behalf of LevelUp IAS and behalf of Rishikesh sir as well, we extend heartfelt best wishes to each one of those who are appearing for 2024. And we are here to help you in each step of yours. So we will see you during your mains preparation because I really wish that all of those who are preparing, they clear this prelims and good luck to all of you. And let's make these final days count. So prepare well. Thank you, Rishikesh, sir, for giving us your time and such an insightful session as it. It is. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
थैंक यू वेरी मच मैम. ऑल द बेस्ट टू ऑल ऑफ यू.